So I've been studying the book of Hebrews, and chapter 7 caught my attention. I decided to make it one of my Bible series. So today's video Bible series, I'm going to be talking about Jesus being the high priest. And not him just being the high priest, but he's similar to one high priest in the Old Testament, which is Melchizedek the priest. Now, if you read the book of Hebrews, starting from the beginning, it is mainly talking about how Jesus is. Chapter 1 was talking about how Jesus was superior to angels and how God sent Jesus to come to save the world. Instead of sending angels, like he sent his son. And that's the son has feelings for us, he cares about us. Then we went on to talk about Jesus being greater than Moses. That is in chapter 3. That Jesus, that because in the Old Testament, they believe in Moses and his laws and his rules. But now Jesus is greater than those rules because now he has come and he has brought light. So now, chapter 4 and 5 explain that, he's the high priest, that we have a great high priest who has gone through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we possess, those things. Now, chapter 7 now compared the kind of high priest Jesus is to one high priest who was also a king of Salem in the Old Testament. So this chapter is saying that there was a king who was also a priest. Usually, when they want to pick who a priest is, they will pick the priest that is going to, the people would pick from the people who will be a priest to God, who will help to, intercede for the sins of others and the sins of himself before he can actually intercede for others. Then they will pick a priest that will pray for the people and he will also cleanse himself so that he's going to talk to God and he needs to be clean. Now, this particular king, Melchizedek, the priest, he was the king of Salem. He was also a priest of God. And it is the first of its kind because it is not popular. It is not known at that time. When they want to pick priest, they just pick somebody. So the Bible is not saying that this particular priest, nobody knows his beginning, nobody knows his end. He's just a king and he's also the priest of God. That is, he's talking to God on behalf of people. And the Hebrews 7 is now comparing that kind of a priest, his priesthood, to that of Jesus. That unlike the Levites, unlike when you are picking, the house of Levi is those people that they are the priests, they are priests appointed by the Israelites, like is their generation that are priests. So now, this particular priest, they didn't pick him out, they didn't select him. He is the chief, he is the priest, and he's also a king of Salem, that is king of peace. So they not say that just that same way that they did not pick out that particular priest, that Jesus is also a priest to us. And the other priests, they died. So they could no longer talk to God on our behalf. But Jesus is a priest that is going to live forever and ever. Which means that he will keep talking to God on our behalf. He will keep giving our supplication to God because he's alive. Then the chapter went on to explain how Abraham gave 1/10 of all the spoils he took when he went to go and fight a particular war and defeated a king. If you check Genesis 14:18-20, this particular king, Melchizedek, is also a priest. He came out to come and meet Abraham when he fought the war and he was victorious. Then he came to meet him and blessed him and said, may your day be blessed, may God, God has delivered your enemies unto you. Abraham now gave him 1/10 of the things he has taken, of the spoils he has taken, of the things he has brought from that war. He now gave him to him. So the Bible is not saying in Hebrews that for Abraham, who is the forefather of Levi, to be able to give 1/10 to this particular priest, that means that this particular priest is greater than the house of Levi, is also greater than Abraham. This explanation is funny, but I studied it so well and I find it very interesting for the fact that the Bible could compare an Old Testament priest to the kind of priest Jesus is. It's not saying that this particular king, nobody knows is how he came to be. It's just know that he's a king and he's also a priest, which is not like that. You know that Levi was part of Abraham's descendants. So, and Levi, it was from the house of Levi that priesthood came from. So this chapter is just saying that this Melchizedek is just the first. It's just like his priesthood, the kind of priest he is a king and he's also a priest, which is not common. Because the Levites are usually just priests. They are selected among the people to make supplication for the people, to intercede on people's behalf, and to also make sacrifices for the people while also first cleansing themselves. But Jesus is not like that. Jesus is going to live on. Jesus is a king. This is the beginning and end. That is, there is a priest that is interceding for us right now. And no matter how long, he's not going to die. He's still interceding on our behalf to God. So whatever needs you have, whatever thing you're going through, just trust God. Because there's a high priest that is helping you to ask for those things. Imagine, God made a promise to Abraham that you are going to, your seed will be greater, multitude, blah, blah, blah. So now, because I was wondering when I also read the book of Genesis 14:18-20, this priest is the one blessing Abraham, showering him with blessing. He's blessing the person that is the carrier of blessing on its own. It's interesting. Now, and the aspects where there was now another king of Sodom that was now asking something from Abraham that, what, give me this thing so that I can, I don't need so much from you. I just need this something and you take this Abraham was not like, I should give you. I mean, I cannot give you because I have made promise to God. And I don't want to give you now. So that you know so that it is from your hands that you bless me and I became rich. Meanwhile, it is my God that is blessing me. I cannot give you. Don't worry. I cannot. Now, don't worry. Let us both have our way. Let us both, you know. I'm like, this is the same person that gave somebody 1 tent. And it's not saying that, oh, he doesn't want to have anything to do with King of Sodom. The Bible is intertwined. Like, is always mixing together. So you have to have the knowledge. You have to try to read it as much as possible because you forget some stories, but you have to link. Got a lot of verses from the book of Hebrews. You know, verses like, oh, come confidently to the throne of grace that you might receive mercy and grace to help you in the time of need. There's so many verses that I got, and they are powerful, you know. So I also encourage you to read it. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.